I feel I need to report some news that is not making the mainstream news. And I have a journalist friend named Jane, and I'm going to read you what she wrote me under the YouTube comments on my latest video. She said, "I'm so happy to hear that Zack Knight's treacherous grip on the World Wide Web is slipping. Due to my job as a professional journalist, I often travel from state to state. Some cities that I have visited, such as Seattle, Washington, and Chana, Wyoming, do in fact air the Gabrielle Chana Fox news station. But unfortunately, as I've said before, Portland, Oregon is infested with Jesuits. The local news station won't even mention the existence of the Gabrielle Chana Fox news station, nor do they report on the various new cockies that have happened in the past couple of years. Jesuits have an absolute stranglehold on the media, and many residents have been brainwashed into thinking Zack Knight is God incarnate. Were it not for your videos, I might have ended up like so many of these other hapless Portlanders. I rely on your videos for the truth of what is happening in the world, because Jesuits absolutely cannot be trusted. The Jesuits' influence in Portland is so bad that it is not uncommon to witness individuals having sexual relations right out in the open. Walking through downtown is a hellish and disgusting orgy of Jesuit sex acts, people's heads being cut off, while others are fisted and urinated upon. Even the animals are not exempt from Jesuit abuse. The tap water is also undrinkable because it is contaminated with Jesuit semen. I hope that in my lifetime I can see the end of Zack Knight's reign. I have faith that with you as our commander and empress, such a future is possible. God bless, Jane." I decided just to go online and see what I could find out about Portland, Oregon, and I couldn't believe some of the pictures I found. Now, this is what's being allowed on the mainstream media. You have to remember that Zack Knight only allows his version of the internet to be shown to the world, so he apparently doesn't want, like the southern United States area where I'm from, to know what's going on, what he's doing in the West. He apparently is culture savvy and realizes that he can get away with more on the West Coast than what he can in the South, so he has different strategies for different parts of the country. In the South, he seems to be pushing for gun rights, which I'm not against, but we are at the point right now in our country where even if we have gun rights, that may actually end up helping the Jesuits more than hurting them. They have got such advanced technology nowadays that what they're doing is they're using their brain control to cause those who have guns to use them against our government as we try to go in to arrest Jesuits. So I'm actually neutral on gun rights right now, but I used to be very strong gun rights, and if you read my book, Silver Skies, that was before the advent of Jesuit technology. Nowadays, the best thing you can do to prevent having a tyrannical government over you is to enforce my conspiracy law. And because it's anti-Jesuit law. We are dealing with an organization that is able to launch new cockies. That's a nuclear bomb with Jesuit semen in it. And the way that nuclear bomb works is it uses the ability to clone the semen. In other words, the bomb has radiation in it. It's nuclear. But once it explodes, it causes a cloning of Jesuit semen so that it multiplies over and over, literally creating a tidal wave of Jesuit semen, which drowns cities in semen. You may say, well, if this is happening, why are we not hearing about it on the news? Because the Jesuits control the news. The only news station that's reporting this is the Gabrielle Chana Fox news station. Now, if you live in a city that does not have the Gabrielle Chana Fox news station, please comment underneath my YouTube video and let me know, because I'm going to make a video. I've also asked Jane if she can help me with this. I'm going to make a video listing all the cities in the United States that do not carry the Gabrielle Chana Fox news channel, and we're going to complain. The Jesuits are deliberately leaving the world in the dark so that they can take over the country from, underhandedly, using methods that are criminal. And the Gabrielle Chana Fox news channel is exposing that. I'm going to read another comment from Jane. She said, it's gotten pretty bad here in the last few years. People in Portland were looking for a hero, someone who could guide them through these troubled times. That's when Zack Knight stepped in and acted like he was a savior. He started up a local Jesuit television station which plays nothing but Jesuit propaganda 24 hours a day, telling people it's okay to do all these perverted things. He's also set up large billboards all over town with slogans like "Join the Order of the Jesuits today" and "Zack Knight is the answer." He secretly created several large terrorist events, such as bombing one of our downtown buildings, and then saved the day, pretending that he wasn't behind it from the start. So people immediately fell in love with him. I also suspect there's been mind control contaminants placed in our local fast food restaurants, but that is unsubstantiated. I can tell you that that's one of his specialties, and he's probably doing that. The water being contaminated with Jesuit semen is so gross. On bad days, the faucets are literally clogged with the stuff. Thankfully, I'm on the road most of the time, so I'm able to take an unadulterated shower. And to answer your question, yes, I do believe a woman could get pregnant from bathing in semen. In other words, if you take a bath in Portland, Oregon, you just might get pregnant from Jesuit semen. I'm almost positive of it. So there's a possibility that the water has been contaminated on purpose to produce more Jesuit spawn. Folks, this is outrageous. I want the rest of the United States to see what Jesuit Zack Knight has done in Portland, Oregon. I believe that this sounds right. My men have not been able to contact me, as I mentioned in an earlier video. They told me brain to brain that Zack Knight is using trigger and loophole programming to cause them to die if they try to contact me. So they're programmed to be dead if they contact me. And this is how Zack's trying to isolate me from my men so that they can't let me know what's going on in the country, so that I cannot be an effective empress. So I'm relying on you, my fans. Because my men are replacing Jesuit computers with non-Jesuit computers, some of you are going to be able to communicate with me through the comment section and let me know what the Jesuits are doing in your part of the country. And then what I'm going to do is make videos and I'm just going to hope and pray that the YouTube channel will be shown in all cities in the United States. I know Zack has succeeded in blocking it for a while, or my sister, Sandra Metcalf, who's been working with the Jesuits, unfortunately. So I'm just letting you know, this is what Zack Knight has done in Portland. If he's doing it in Portland, my guess is he's doing it in other cities in the United States as well. Okay? It appears that he specifically tailors his campaign to take over a state or a city. He studies the culture of that city first, determines his best way to get in there and take over. He uses lies, deception. As you can see from what Jane told me, I believe she is giving an accurate account. That sounds like Zack Knight. My men, if you're listening to me, continue to replace the Jesuit computers with non-Jesuit computers. You may want to focus on the towns where Zack has taken over, because that's probably, right now that we're eliminating computers, he's probably got a backup plan where he's using all the computers in all the towns like Portland, Oregon, where he's taken over, and he's relying now on those computers to maintain his clone version of the internet. If we can go in there into those towns, I don't know how, maybe using some sort of scanning technology and destroy all of their Jesuit computers, we might be able to make some significant inroads in our battle against the Jesuit order. They can't operate without their computers. So continue to destroy the Jesuit computers. He probably has underground facilities as well. Another thing that I think he's been doing, Barack Obama's behavior for the past month doesn't seem quite right. It seems like I suspect, and I've heard brain to brain, that he has been, the Barack Obama automaton that Jesus installed may have been replaced with a Jesuit clone. So please investigate to make sure that Barack Obama is okay. Some of the stands he's taking on Israel and against Vladimir Putin and makes me strongly suspect that we may be dealing with a Jesuit clone version of Barack Obama. If that's the case, make sure that we have the right Barack Obama, okay? They already murdered the real Barack Obama in March 2012, and if you go through my YouTube channel, I've made a YouTube video about that called Barack Obama's Head in a Jar. So, anyways, we got our work cut out for us, folks. We need to continue to destroy the Jesuit computers. I would like to compile a list of all the cities in the world and the United States that are not airing the Gabrielle Chana Fox News Channel. It's very important for people to know the truth. Another thing that's going on is check all of the water supplies and all of the fast food places and the restaurants. We need to set up scanners to detect if brain-controlled drugs are being put into people's grocery foods, into the foods at the restaurants. This can be a real problem, okay? That is a death penalty violation under my conspiracy law to do stuff like that. But I want you guys, you're doing a good job replacing the Jesuit computers, and we need to do that. But now using our good computers, I want you to start scanning for brain-controlled drugs in the water supplies and in the restaurants, and we need to get that out of there. And no Jesuit semen in the water supplies of any city. This is outrageous. This needs to be blasted on the news. Another thing, I want you to see if you can force the signals of the Gabrielle Chana Fox News Channel into cities like Portland and somehow overcome, in other words, we're going to blast it in there, whether they like it or not. We're going to find a way to get the Gabrielle Chana Fox News Channel into cities like Portland that aren't getting it. Find a way to get it in there. The people in Portland, Oregon, and other cities that are not getting the Gabrielle Chana Fox News Channel need to hear the true news, okay? Find a way to make first of all, find out which cities are not getting the Gabrielle Chana Fox News Channel and make sure they get it, and find a way to force it into that town. And, you know, break into their channels. Just do it somehow. If we continue to destroy the Jesuit computers, we can probably find a way to get the Gabrielle Chana Fox News Channel into every city in the United States except maybe here in Florida where I live. You might want to even do it here in Florida. So people need to know the truth. Information is power. If people don't have information, then they can't distinguish fact from fiction, and Zack can easily manipulate them and use them to serve Jesuit interests. Just like right now, he's brainwashing the whole world against Vladimir Putin. And in the mainstream news media, it's a bunch of lies. I want you all to visit my Twitter and Facebook pages, because there I'm trying to post the truth. And also keep up with my YouTube channel. I want anybody who can let me know. If the Gabrielle Chana Fox News Channel is not in your town, let me know. I'm going to try to compile a list, and we're going to try to make sure that every town gets it.